As you can tell, I am here in the nation's capital. The reason? Because of Hurricanes Gustav and Ike and the continued recovery. This week, a delegation led by Lieutenant Governor Mitch Landrieu came to Washington, D.C. to speak with Louisiana's congressional and senatorial leaders to find out what can be done to bring disaster assistance to Louisiana farmers. The message from Governor Bobby Jindal: Louisiana needs economic help, and we need it now. This is what Hurricane Gustav did to sweet potato fields in Franklin Parish. And this is what the same storm did to sugarcane in Assumption. Though Hurricane Ike made landfall in Texas, this is what its storm surge did to sugarcane in Vermilion Parish. That's why Louisiana Commissioner of Agriculture and Forestry Dr. Mike Strain, Louisiana Farm Bureau President Ronnie Anderson, and LSU Ag Center Chancellor Bill Richardson joined other state leaders at the U.S. Capitol.
The incredible thing about these storms, when you overlay them on each other, is now the entirety of the state was either damaged physically or has been underwater. Just these last two storms that we've had really decimated not only the farmland in South Louisiana, but in North Louisiana as well.
In this room on the House side of the Capitol, Louisiana ag leaders let Louisiana's representatives in Washington know exactly how much the state's farmers, ranchers, and producers stand to lose.
I've been involved in Farm Bureau activities for over 30 years now. This is the first time that I can remember having all of our delegation in one room at one time talking about a single subject.
And they have a lot to talk about. The LSU Ag Center estimates crop damage from Hurricane Gustav at more than $500 million.
They're too low on their estimates for what I see up in my area.
The estimates will only go up as the LSU Ag Center begins calculating crop losses because of Hurricane Ike.
We're not going to have a handle on Ike in 10 days. We're trying to get the data as quickly as possible. We have the preliminary data from Gustav, so we can, that is a start of where we're going from here. But we must move on this quickly, because time is working against us. The reason they're fighting the clock as well as Mother Nature is because Congress is expected to adjourn for the year on September 26th.
We're going to have to do something pretty quickly, but it is going to be a challenge, I have to say. So we're going to do what we can in the next 2 weeks.
I'm very worried about the timetable because the farmers can't wait till after the first of the year. Our farmers, our elevators, our banks, they need to know something, and they need to know something now.
It's a domino effect from the bank to the elevator to the local grocery stores and whatever else in a small town.
The problem we get into is some of these bureaucrats are about process, and they're not about progress, and they get confused and they screw it all up rather than making people whole.
The suggestion made by the Louisiana delegation to get that aid on the fast track is to partner with other states impacted by the storms.
Well, anytime you do anything in Washington, you got to put together a coalition of senators and representatives from a bigger area than just what we have in Louisiana. Our folks work hard, they do a good job, but we need more numbers. So if we can get Alabama, Florida, Arkansas, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, all of those states working together, our opportunities are a lot greater.
Anderson, Strain, and Richardson also met with USDA Secretary Ed Schaefer to explore opportunities that do not hinge upon the congressional schedule.
We explored a number of options, things that was within the discretion of the Secretary of Agriculture to do. Looking at advance payments, different types of programs they thought might be of help. They're going to make calls back to the state through NRCS and the FCS and try to get some things done there. So I felt much more comfortable with the fact that I think they are trying to do within the realm of what they can do.
USDA can try, if possible, to expedite some of the direct payments that they already have on the books. We can also look to see if we can, with administratively, maybe open up some land where we can move some of the livestock. We can also look in any different provisions to see if we can facilitate anything that's currently allowable under the Farm Bill and see if we can accelerate that.
We've got to get some help to finish this year.
While the current Farm Bill has 5 permanent disaster programs in it, Louisiana officials are concerned that it may take too long for those programs to be administered and that farmers who go into their fields to get their crops could be left out altogether.